What's up, y'all? Today we're talking about the two Chicago shortstops, Tim Anderson and Javy Baez. This video is about comparing them and seeing who's better. I don't really have a lean on who's the better player. I'm just going to throw out some stuff that you can make a decision, and maybe you'll come out of this video and you'll think about who you think is the better player right now. Obviously, these guys do different stuff than each other. They're kind of different players and also similar players at the same time. I'm going to throw some stats out from their prime years and then some stats of where they are right now. Let's get into it. So Javy Baez was the 9th pick in the 2011 draft, and Tim Anderson was the 17th pick in the 2013 draft. Both guys went to Chicago teams. Both guys are the starting shortstops. They're probably going to be forever compared. If we kind of want to look at how they're doing recently and track record, Tim has been the better player recently. His 2019-2020 was amazing. He's off to an alright start in 2021, but Javy Baez has the much better track record. Mainly that has to do with his team, but he had success because he got into the league 2 years before Tim. Tim has the contact and the speed, but Baez has the power and the fielding. That's kind of the base of these players, and then from now we can kind of dive in a little deeper. If awards help you make a decision, Tim has a Silver Slugger and a batting title. He almost won the batting title last year. And I'm going to say an All-Star in asterisks because he would have made the All-Star team last year. He finished 7th in MVP voting last year, actually. And then Javy has the 2-time All-Star. And then here's what kind of gets, he takes a level up in the awards. He's the NLCS MVP. That's a big one. Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, and obviously won the World Series in 2016 with the Cubs. In 2018, finished 2nd in MVP voting. I decided to compare a 2-year prime span. Obviously, these guys are still in their prime, but just because it was kind of unfair because Baez has 2 more years of experience in the league to just compare careers. So I took Javy Baez from 2017 to 2019 and Tim Anderson from 2018 to 2020. If you want to talk about OPS plus, which is if 100 is the average, and any point above 100 is that's how much better you are than the average player. Tim Anderson is a 111 OPS plus, and Javy Baez is a 117 OPS plus in that span, 2-year span. If you want to talk about home runs, Javy Baez is 86 to Tim Anderson's 48. If you want to talk about average, though, Tim Anderson is batting 291 to Javy Baez's 282. We also do have to take into account Baez has about 300 more plate appearances. If you want to talk about OPS, a really big important stat, you got 789 for Tim Anderson and 845 for Baez. Now, the thing is, Tim Anderson always gets a great batting average, but he doesn't walk, so he doesn't have a great on-base percentage. That's why he's able to have the better batting average than Javy Baez, but he only has the better on-base percentage by it's 323 to 320. Baez also smokes him in RBIs, 271 to 141. So those were a 2-year prime span where I'm going to give the go-ahead to Baez. But I think we all knew Javy Baez was the better player in his prime, but this discussion is only coming up because of recency. Tim Anderson's been the better player as of recent. Tim Anderson's prime is still continuing. He's really just entered his prime, whereas Javy Baez seems like his best days are a little before him. I don't think Javy Baez will continue this downfall. He's off to a pretty solid start in 2021, albeit it's definitely a weird start, 39 Ks. What's he batting? 245, not great, but 7 homers and a 113 OPS plus. So it's kind of an interesting player, Javy Baez. We also do have to bring in other things besides batting. Although the prime stats from that 2-year span were close, Javy Baez has won a Gold Glove. He's one of the most elite fielders in the league. Baez has 87 errors in 8 seasons, and Tim has 94 in 6 seasons. That's a big thing for shortstop where defense is vital. But if you want to talk about speed, Tim Anderson is definitely the faster player. Tim Anderson has 78 steals in 6 seasons, and Baez has 67 in the 8 seasons. Baez also gets caught a lot more. Baez is definitely a lot more aggressive. I really don't know. I really don't know who the better player is. This will only continue for years on. Both of these guys are Chicago shortstops probably for a while. I mean, I know a lot of Cubs fans are kind of a little mad at Baez because he swings at everything. He's in the bottom first percentile for K percentage and like whiff rate and just chasing balls out of the strike zone. But these guys are both exciting players. I hope Baez fully regains his form, gets back to 2018 Baez where he finished 2nd in MVP voting. I hope Tim Anderson continues crushing everything, wins another batting title. These guys are both super exciting players, great for baseball. The shortstop position is just stacked. And I think that was it for my video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.